Welcome to Take 5. I have an awesome guest today, Tamara Serenity. I interviewed her over a year ago on her breast cancer journey. She came from Chicago to Milwaukee to interview, and she's still going through a little bit of a journey, but she is doing fantastic. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Take 5. My good friend is here. Tamara, let's do some love here. A little bit of love, a little distance love. All right. How are you, Tamara Serenity? How are you been doing? I know the last time we interviewed, you were going through a little bit with your breast cancer, and we stayed in touch, and you had to do some other things with it. You came to Chicago to have some other medical things done. Tell us about that journey.
I am doing amazing at this time, Wanda, and thank you so much for having me on your show. You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank
today.
You.
The healing journey is real. At this point, 1 in every 3 women will experience something with a breast health scare or something related to breast health. And so it's been an amazing journey for me. And for me, I decided to take an integrated approach, which means that yes, I work with my oncologist for traditional methods. Again, you know, I personal choice. I would never judge anyone else, especially another woman's journey. I didn't choose to take the chemotherapy radiation route as a part of my journey. But because I had was diagnosed with an ER/PR positive.
And what is that?
Estrogen progesterone positive. And so what that is hormonal feeding. Mm-hmm. So typically with disease, either you want to starve it, so what you put into your body via like lotions, what you eat, all of that is going to determine if you're going to feed disease or if you're going to starve it to get it out of your body.
Now with the hormone feed, what is that exactly?
So there are natural hormone blockers. There is one that I decided to include in my journey, which is called Tamoxifen, in which I've had a good experience.
I've heard of that.
So the Tamoxifen is a hormone blocker that you would have to qualify for because you have 3 different types of breast cancer. You have the ER/PR, you have the HER2, and then you have one called triple negative.
Okay.
And so like I mentioned, mine was diagnosed as ER/PR, and so I qualified for that. Whereas if it's triple negative, you probably would have to in your journey include like chemotherapy. It would be very radical for you not to, but at most levels they're always going to recommend it, but I didn't choose to include it in my journey.
The first journey that because you've been on a lot of journeys.
In any of my cancer journeys.
You decided not to do that.
Include,
right.
Okay.
Now what did you decide to do?
Flood my body with nutrition. You know, that's always been my trajectory since we talked last year, and so it's on the same page. I've actually done some lots of studying and research. If you follow me, Tamara Serenity, on Facebook, you notice I'm always doing, you know, some type of speech or research or something related to health and nutrition. So I just became a health and wellness nerd and geek. Like, my body became my own laboratory. Like, we really have to take charge of our health like that. We are our biggest advocate when it comes to wellness.
You're not a doctor, I'm not a doctor, and we're not suggesting anybody go a different route or don't talk to your doctor or whatever. It was your choice to go a nutritional route to try to cure or stop the growth of the cancer. Now, which one is it? What were you looking for?
I'm looking for a complete wellness. I can only speak of my journey.
Right.
Now, as a single mom of a 10-year-old and a 2-year-old, I took a long, hard look to say, what would my children's life be like without me? I looked at some similar journeys of people who took kind of more so the traditional route. So even when days is hard, like, getting 7 to 11 servings of fruits and vegetables in is hard. And so when you need to get a minimum of 14 because you're fighting disease, whether it's cancer or anything, degenerative diabetes, high blood pressure, it's harder. But you have to find your motivation. And for me, my children were my motivation. And I didn't start off like trying to start a mission. I was just trying to focus on being there for my children.
And this was something that you decided. This wasn't something the doctor said, you have this choice, that choice. What did the doctor suggest to you when you first went in and you were diagnosed?
Well, the doctors are not going to ever suggest like
the
any
natural
type of integrative approach. Because for the most part, people, when it comes to cancer, is a lot of fear with it. And so I had to do a lot of spiritual seeking too. And I had to really connect with my creator and decide that I would put faith over fear. And so this has been a great faith journey for me that I've traveled along this. I don't have all the answers, and everyone's journey is like, even when I am cheerleading coach for people with health, I always tell people your journey is going to be different. So I can't even cookie cut what I did to say, this is what someone else would need to do. It was just my journey as I was going along, seeing how I feel and what was making me feel better.
Your decision. Now, you said you did that for your children. So if I go to the doctor and I'm diagnosed with breast cancer, they'll tell you what to do right away. Because I had a friend who went through and he says, get in here and either go do the mastectomy, this and that, and she didn't have to do chemotherapy, but they got it all, I guess. And she took the Tamoxifen, and she's cancer free. When they told you all these things, radical things, they must have told you some radical things they wanted to do. You said no. Or you said
they will try to fast track you. And just my nature, I'm a pretty, I would say I'm a cooperative, stubborn person.
Yes.
And so if I believe in something, I stand firm in it. So because the thing is everything happens quickly.
Yes.
So it's like, if I learned this in February, first week, by the second week, they were like, hey, let's get the chemo going, let's do this. And I'm like, ho, let me do some research. And they're just kind of like, you don't need to do any research about what's going on in your body because we've already done all the research for you. Let's just get started.
We were thinking for you here.
Right.
We're doing all this. We're saving you. Did they say get a second opinion?
No. But
no second opinion?
No, they did not recommend that. But me personally, on my journey, I decided to get 4 different opinions.
Oh,
and
right.
so I would like to let people know you have that right to get multiple opinions of what's going on. And I definitely have to say that I had good mentorship too. And so to tell me, because when this is going on in your body, it's devastating. And so you need that one good godmother or godfather to say, hey, take a breath, think about what you want to do, and just kind of do some research. But at the root of what I really found to work well is nutrition and combination with traditional medicine, because traditional medicine definitely has a place in the process of healing. I do believe that the Most High Living God give doctors the talents that they have to be able to help people. So you need to adhere with your doctor. Anytime I'm coaching someone, I always say, hey, this is what I can recommend that you do, but take this list of ingredients and take it to your doctor. So in no way are you or I, neither of us, saying sidestep your doctor, because they've trained.
When I had talked to you, that was last December, correct?
That's correct.
And you said that something was going on, that they discovered more tumors. And I want you to talk a little bit about where you went, because I thought you were going. We met when you were in Georgia, right? And then I thought you were going to Chicago. To the the Cancer Institute in Chicago, and I didn't know what you were going to do and all that. But tell me about that journey. This is the last journey here. Okay, tell me about that journey.
So on my journey, I wanted an international medical perspective in my studies and in my research. I personally, again, not saying that it's anyone else's opinion, but in my opinion, on the research I found, I like the approach that both Mexico and Germany was taking as far as cancer. And so I decided to take my journey abroad. And for, again, like having children and, you know, not want to go too far away, and then just more cost effective too, I did decide to go to Mexico to explore nutrition there. And also I'm fluent in Spanish, and so I don't know German, so I felt that I would do a little bit better in Mexico. And so I was there for about a month, just kind of flooding myself with nutrition there and looking at.
But you didn't do any surgery for the you said that you had more what do they call them, lumps or whatever?
Right.
Is that what they're called?
When I found the tumor.
Tumors.
Yeah.
I hate to say that word. It's a scary word. Lumps sound a little bit less benign, but
well,
the tumor. It's the truth.
When we found another excess of cells, rogue cells.
There you go. Okay, I like that.
We found another excess of rogue cells, because as women, especially with women with more dense breasts, you can find like lumps all the time. And the doctor will come and say, hey, we want to know if these are happy lumps or unhappy lumps. Because unhappy lumps, they typically want to attack a different way because they didn't put it in the category called tumors, you know, or malignant, you know, or not benign, you know. And so while I was there, I was able to get a lot of just immune improvement treatments. It's more like therapeutic, just like when you go to like Jamaica to relax and detox. They have like these medical detox type clinic places, and I encourage it, especially as like I feel like as Black and brown people, we have to do a better job of like taking care of our health. Like we don't just go to these vacations to drink and party and all of that. Like go places to detox yourself, to heal. You know, there's a wonderful, awesome place in Honduras that I would love to go and visit. They have these awesome hot springs. There's just so much treatment that you can do for yourself.
So I assume when you told me about it, now look, I didn't want to go into too much detail. I don't be getting in people's business like that. I thought you were going to have those tumors removed. You know, that's what I was thinking.
The objective is to dissolve it.
So you didn't go that route. You didn't have any surgery. You just did and
that's why I'm still on. That's why I'm still on the journey now. Like, if you would go the route of like chemotherapy, they probably would say propose. They don't make any promises in any of this. You know, only the Most High Living God knows what the outcome is going to be from that. So they would say it would be a much faster process to, you know, shrink it. Whereas through nutrition, if it took you 30, 40 years to get your body out of balance, you can't expect that to be overnight. So I would say on a natural journey, you would want to prepare that it would take at least 1 year to reverse disease that's going on with your body. Granted that you're doing the protocols that you need to consistently.
Now again, I want to say we're not doctors. This was the route you took. That was your decision.
Absolutely.
And having said that, I mean, we're not saying that everybody don't need to go and have evasive things done to save their lives. I'm not. We're not going there. This is just the route you took for yourself. Now you did the nutritional thing, and I was scared to death. I was praying for you every night, and I said, I thought you were gonna have that done. You know,
most of my family.
We all thought you was going to have surgery and have them all taken out. And then I was like, hey, you know, we think doctors are miracle workers. But having done the nutritional route, did the tumors shrink?
Yes, and that's one thing I want to...
But it worked for you.
Yes, that's one thing I want to clarify, is to create kind of a timeline for you, Wanda. I was initially diagnosed with a cancerous tumor in February 2015. October 2016, I did have that surgically removed.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So when last year I saw another development of another tumor, this is a second kind. There are many women or many people, period, that experience a second or third cancer experience. So you have to really get to the root of the problem. And so you can cut it out, burn it out, drug it, But if it's not getting to the root of it and you're developing other problems, it's not the solution. It's just like if you're trying to lose weight and you say, I'm just going to get a bariatric surgery, but you're not getting to the root of what's causing the
usually
problem.
it's mental.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing.
So that's why
I think they started at the wrong end.
Yeah, so that's why I said, you know, doing the same thing twice and expecting different results is insanity. So for me, I prayed and I meditated on it. I said, what can I do differently this time? So I'm going to work hand in hand with my expert advisor, awesome doctor. I love her, Dr. Friend down in Emory in Georgia. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to work with her. She's an amazing doctor, very supportive of my journey, because it was rough that first time. I had doctors that would say, if you don't go this route, you're gonna die. What's gonna happen to your kids? Right. You know, like very harsh, mean things. You know, so
you're a bad mother if you don't do this. You're not trying to save your life. You're not trying to help yourself, which is ridiculous because who wants to die? You know, give me a break. You know, and
that's just, I mean, at the root of it, you know, I'm just a little brown girl from the south side of Chicago, by way of the west side. So I didn't grow up with any special environment. So this was all me. This is only my decision. Like, it's nothing special about me.
There is a lot special about you. Don't even try it. You are my superwoman, so don't even try to. There's nothing special about you. You're extremely special. But go ahead. I had to interject that. Go ahead.
You know, I just try to remain humble. You know, at all times.
You are.
You know, and so I don't want anybody to think like I can't do this journey.
That's quite a story, Tamara. How are you now? Now you've been on this adventure.
Yes. I am well, and I never want to elude anyone that a natural integrative journey is a quick, fast, easy approach, because it's not. So I have seen shrinkage in the tumor since I started on the second journey in October, and so that's what you want. Like, if it's going in that direction, it's good. In the cancer world, a lot of times even doctors will say, if it's not spreading, it's good. So if it's either staying at bay or shrinking, it's good. But it's no magic pill that just melts it away. And so I've mentally prepared myself to be on this journey for at least 1 year of the process of it, and I'm continuing to do everything that I'm supposed to be doing while my body and my creator is doing what, because your body is so amazing. Your body knows how to heal itself if you're doing what you need to do to assist it.
And that has a lot to do with nutrition and diet, correct?
Absolutely.
And so we're going to talk about that now, and what you're doing and what you're advocating and that lifestyle that you're living. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So you always tease me, Wanda, and you think that I'm a vegetarian, and oftentimes people do. You're not the first person.
Yeah, you're a vegetarian, aren't you?
You don't eat meat, and it's not that. It's just that I'm a clean eater, and people say, okay, what does that mean? My 16-year-old nephew asked me, what does it mean?
It means you wash your meat before you cook it, or what does that mean?
No, it means that it's hormone free, and when your fruits and vegetables, you try to get them pesticides free and organic. When you're dealing with like beef, and there's nothing wrong with beef. Me personally, I don't like to eat pork. I just don't enjoy it, but I will eat a nice piece of beef, grass fed, that's clean, or organic, lamb. And people say things like, well, that's more expensive.
Yes, I was just going to say it. Where do you go?
So that's kind of a sign that you don't need to eat too much of it. Like, typically as Americans, we overeat those things.
Oh yeah.
Like, in some countries, like, they only eat meat once a week or once a day for financial reasons. Like, we have taken on the luxury to eat meat sometimes 2-3 times a day, and it's too much. You don't need that much of it.
And I try to do that too.
It's a problem because it causes people to put hormones in animals to pump it, to grow it. You have these chickens that's looking like power chicken.
Girl, let me tell you, I bought a bag of chicken, right? And it had thighs and what do you call it, thigh and the leg. And I said, okay, this is safe enough, but I prefer white meat. So I got it home and I started taking them out. You know, it's like, you know, you're taking them out. All of a sudden, I took out this piece that was about this big. I was scared to touch it because I was like, oh my God, this came from a killer chicken or something. This chicken must have been humongous. And I saw the piece, I said, oh my God. But there were smaller pieces in there. I kept those. I took that thing and I took it over to the garbage. Big hand. It didn't even look recognizable.
People disconnected from things like root of like farming and different things like that. That's more natural. Like they don't know what a natural animal look like.
Yeah, some pieces are pretty small.
Yeah, some people have never even been to a farm. So my biggest thing is flooding my body with nutrition and vegetables. And like I said, because I'm already, like many people, on a healing journey, I don't get to just have the pyramid recommended 7 to 11 vegetables and fruits a day, which is hard to get in. I'm trying to double that. So I found strategies to help me to do that. And so I found this wonderful product called Juice Plus, in which I have a little sample here. So it's like fruits and berries on the go. And that's the biggest thing I hear with people is I can't eat healthy because I don't have time, or my schedule does not allow me to, or I can't afford it. And the money that they're spending on empty calorie things that's not giving their body things that's going to starve disease and feed the nutrition in their body they need, they're not getting those things in. Most of us most days are eating starches and protein all day long. And so this is a great way to bridge the gap. And so we have here, these are the berries. It's like the antioxidants and having go ahead and try one, Wanda.
Okay, I'm gonna try one. Now this is berry.
That is antioxidant. So that's berry, like antioxidants. And so yeah.
I'm not just saying because I don't like it.
Wanda,
it's good.
I know.
You know me.
We went through like 3 flavors.
We went through a lot of stuff. Okay, that's good.
I know you.
Well, how much do you eat of this a day?
Like that's a serving right there. So
this is one serving.
2 of those is one serving,
Oh.
and from birth to 100, you know, you can take that because it comes in capsule forms. And so some people, they don't want anything sweet, and so they would go ahead and do it like in a capsule form. And so that's like the berries, and then you have like the fruits. Yeah, it's 13 different types of berries.
That was good
in there.
I like that.
Yeah.
And one little thing.
No, you have 2. I'm real big on the omega. So they have this great product, which is omegas. And like I said, it's good for neurological health, such as, you know, people that are dealing with different neurological struggles. Of course, they have like these bars, like the completes, just kind of like a granola bar.
What does this do?
It's just like a snack.
This seems doable with, you know, my salad that I eat. If there's one thing you want to leave the audience with, what is the one thing they can do to improve their health today?
I would have everyone to at least try intermittent fasting. A period of time, whether it's 8 hours, whether it's 12 hours, whether it's on Fridays or on Tuesdays, you have a day when you just do liquids. When people go into the hospital, they often only give them IVs because the nutrition is the quickest way. The liquid nutrition is the quickest way to revitalize people's body and improve their health. And so I would challenge everyone. People do all type of ice bucket challenge. So I would challenge everyone to try intermittent fasting at least once.
You know, you gave out a lot of information, and you're gonna be back because we're gonna be cooking when you come back. Ooh, good food, good food. You got meat in there, right? You sure you're not a vegetarian? You got some meat. I want to thank you so much for coming, and I want you to say your name because you're all over Facebook. Every time I turn around, I see you on there. What is your page?
Yeah, check me out on Facebook at Tamara Serenity.
Yes. All the time.
Yeah, Tamara Serenity. Yep.
And she has a lot of good information. I just want to say one thing about something that I saw last weekend, and that really concerned me. I was in a situation where I was outside, and they, you know, people are staying so distancing from one another, right? But they're staying in their own packs. You know what I mean? Families and things, and that, so they consider that social distancing. And so there was this group of people. I would say it was about 6 of them, and one of them had on a mask. And but they were in their tight group, and there wasn't a lot of people around, and I was way off. And all of a sudden, the person in the group sneezed, and he went, and it just, and in his group.
Oh, wow.
And only one person had a mask on. And he just walked like it was no big deal. And I said, oh my God, what if he got the COVID? What I'm saying is, I would love to see more people wear a mask. I know people say I don't like wearing a mask. I don't like wearing my mask. We don't have masks on because we're kind of far away from each other, far enough that where she can't get it, I can't get it. But you never know if somebody's gonna sneeze or cough and not cover their mouth, because he didn't say, oh, he went, it went all over the place. And I was like, oh my God, how far can that travel outside? You know, can it get to me?
Yeah.
So please wear a mask and protect yourself, protect other people. And the flu season is coming. A lot of people do not go, people just go, and you could get it. And the COVID is out there. No, some people don't think it's real, but it's real. Please wear your mask. Please keep yourself healthy. You can do anything. Wear a mask. When you're outside, the inside, take a thing off. As soon as I get to the door, I'm taking mine. Oh Lord, I'm glad I got this off. Please wear a mask, because you never know who's contagious and who can give it to you. Thank you. Much love.
No matter what you go through, he'll stand behind you. He's on your side day and night. He'll be there to fight your fight. God has got your back. God has got your back. He'll never let you down.